Can you carry me?
I'm going to touch myself and cast light.
Cyrus, no!
I trust your whiskey taste. I trust your judgment.
So it can speak. We get its tongue now.
I'm not sure there's been an occasion where any of us have been particularly stealthy.
It probably wouldn't have worked, but we should have tried. Why are we so stupid?
I think the lesson from this is that I need to stop listening to you guys.
And it's at this moment we realize the DM is an idiot. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 15th session of As Below, So Above, where we last left our heroes. They had just met the Wizard King and sort of let him take a short rest. He eventually did, and then cured our friends Jens and Orpheus of their newfound ugliness that they got cursed with, and the boils have gone away from their face as Petunia, the little pseudo-dragon, licked them off as the Wizard King cast the spell through his familiar. And with that, we ended last session, so I will turn it over to you guys and say, what do you do?
It's a good question.
Cyrus is going to go over to the Wizard King and thank him profusely, saying, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for saving my friends' lives. They were so rude when they were just like rummaging through all your house and all through all your stuff, but thank you for still helping us. You are the kindest Wizard King I've ever met."
Oh, it was no problem.
Wizard King, I just want to be clear, I only rummaged through your house so that I could fulfill my promise of making you cookies. That's the only goal that I had.
I think if I remember from last session, did the cookies disappear when the eye closed, right? So he's just gonna say, "Well, I completely understand why you would have went through and got cooked and made cookies, but I didn't end up getting any cookies, so I'm a little disappointed."
They were really good cookies. I'm sorry that you weren't able
Well,
to get
don't
any.
rub it in. Jeez, come on. Look
Sorry.
at this guy.
Can't
Sorry.
you just go to your magic room and think I would like some cookies?
He lights up like that's a brilliant idea. Says, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go do that right now," and he darts off away from you guys because he wants
Damn
cookies.
it.
Well,
I want to ask him about Petunia.
Now I understand why he doesn't have a kitchen. He can just eat whatever he wants by going into that room. It's genius.
Absolutely.
Wonder if it has any nutritional value.
Well, I'm still feeling quite positive and feeling the very satiated from that delicious cookie or half dozen that I ate.
Insight check.
You can roll that, Emily.
Ooh, I get to roll it?
You get to roll it because you already have the meta knowledge on what happened with the cookie.
10.
It's Cyrus. He says things. Wouldn't read too much into it.
Some words have power, though. You never know.
Like power word kill.
You know, we don't need to get into
You
that.
know, just like that.
Cyrus is having
Just like
flashbacks.
that.
Yeah, if you guys want, you
well,
can follow the wizard or you can leave his place. You can continue to snoop around his house without consequence. There's lots of options
No.
available to you.
No, no.
I would like to talk to him in private, if possible.
Yeah, do you want to go chasing after him? He doesn't move that
Yeah.
fast. He moves at like 25 feet around.
Yeah, I can go meet him in the cookie room.
Yeah.
We should
Please roll
probably
a
ask
save.
him if he knows where to find what we're looking for. What are we looking for? Like a mouth or something? Or
I mean, what are we doing next?
We're gonna go get the eye from Echo.
Gonna fight a giant
An
fat
echo
dragon
what?
serpent.
Right.
So we need to go back outside the cave, back probably pass by Babel. I don't know if Jens's map has any other exits that we could potentially leave through, but that probably is the quickest way out.
Let me have a look. And I
Sure.
look for other exits.
Your map doesn't seem to be complete. It seems to draw how to get from Babel's place to the wizard. and it doesn't have much direction across from that. I think, did he hand you a map or did he give you a map out of a book?
Babel? Ooh, I think out of a book.
Okay. It has some other detail, but nothing's really labeled on it. He hand wrote in the label, or I guess Tentacle
Right.
wrote in the label for for where the wizard was.
So do we have any information about where Echo's lair would be?
You guys know the top of the mountain is called Echo's Peak. I
Oh,
think
right.
one of the NPCs did say something about Echo hanging out there sometimes, but I can't recall if that was exactly what he said. And you have seen Echo flying around the area. Echo's very hard to miss.
Yeah.
If you were outside, you'd probably be able to spot Echo relatively quickly.
Orpheus has I've seen Orpheus go after the Wizard King, correct?
Yeah, Orpheus is on his way.
I will call after Orpheus. Orpheus, ask about Echo.
But like what? Just where to find Echo?
I guess where to find tips for defeating
Okay.
anything.
Maybe if they like cookies and we can bribe him with cookies.
You know, Cyrus, I think that's very likely.
Mm-hmm.
They were good cookies.
I
All
think
right.
that's a
I was
Does
like
likely
everyone-
scenario.
Does everyone join Orpheus in going to the wish room?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna hang out with Petunia.
Okay.
I don't go. I thought it looked like Orpheus was taking point on that.
I go. It's,
And Samson, what
it's
were you
fun
gonna do?
room.
Yeah,
His fun room.
I'll go where the cookies are most likely to be.
Perfect. All right. So you guys split, and you guys go in there. I need all three of you to roll the Constitution save, DC 11.
That is fail.
Ooh, 14.
6.
Dang.
Nice. Emily, you see the blank room that you have seen before. Like, sorry, not the blank room, but the standard uninteresting room, not the one where you first failed to save, but just the actual room as it is. You see where the eye is in the rock, and you see the Wizard King very convincingly miming eating a shit ton of cookies. Just
Nice.
and Samson and Hati, because you were both not gonna say simple-minded, but you know, you guys were thinking about cookies. So you also
Yep.
see just a bunch of cookies. And because of your bias based off the last cookies you saw, they're all looking very similar to the ones Samson made.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
I'll
both see
definitely
that.
go and pick up some.
Nice. Yeah. Samson, what about you? Are you gonna start eating cookies with the Wizard King? Nice. And it
So as
does
I'm-
seem to... Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, as I'm eating, I'm also gonna be like, oh, just like, with the mouthful, like, that was really cool what you did there. I was like, Petunia's looks like a very powerful thing. Can I keep her? Like with my mouth full.
Yeah, he says with his mouth full. And that's what he said.
Means no.
And does Orpheus say that?
Yep.
Damn it.
All right, what do you guys do? The Wizard King is stuffing himself full of cookies.
I'll sort of glance and see that Hati and Samson are still there and be like, so do you know anything about Echo?
The Wizard King stops eating cookies and takes one big gulp swallow of everything that was in his mouth, which was a lot of carbs. And he just says, "Oh my goodness, yes, I know so much about Echo. It's not good stuff. I would avoid Echo. Echo's not a fun person. Not like Babel. Babel's the best. I love Babel.
Babel does seem pretty great, I've got to say. But
Babel's so great.
what is bad about Echo exactly?
Oh, well, you see all those bones in the valley you had to get through to get up here?
Yeah.
They used to be animated people.
Yeah, we kind of figured that.
Echo sucked their
this-
life essence. It was terrible. It was awful. Ugh.
Yeah.
People don't come here anymore. People come here and they die. That's why I'm surprised to see you here. But I guess you're in the mountains, so you're probably safe. Outside is very dangerous. That's why I stay in here with all these cookies.
Have you ever encountered Echo personally?
Oh, no. Not even the Wizard King is powerful enough to fight Echo. Although I don't think Echo would be too concerned with me, stinking as I still have my flesh. And he takes his very old and wrinkly flesh and just kind of like flaps it at you guys.
Yeah,
No,
that
Babel
is
seems to be
that's some
interested
nice
in the
flesh.
bones.
Interesting.
Okay.
Where does Babel or where does Echo stay when he's not terrorizing the folks around here?
Oh, Echo typically stays to this area. Echo doesn't like lava at all. Anything like that hot? No, not a fan. Not a fan. Echo typically
Like taking
stays over
notes.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Echo also doesn't like acid. So pretty much because there's lava over there, acid over there, Echo stays around here. That's
That
why
is
it's the
very
Echo's
helpful to
peak.
know.
Yes.
You're very smart.
Yes, I'm the king of wizards. I'm the smartest
Extremely
person there
smart.
is.
Yeah.
So smart. My IQ
Actually-
is 6. That's high.
That's what is an IQ?
That's what I want to know. I'm pretty sure it's out of 10.
Oh.
I don't know what mine is.
It's probably a
Probably.
4. You're pretty smart.
I think
Ah.
that it's probably very high, Hati, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hati and Samson, do you mind just waiting outside for a second? I would feel more comfortable if you were watching the hallway.
Sure. I'll grab a couple of cookies as I leave.
Thank you. I
The
appreciate
Wizard
that.
King nods in approval as he was gesturing for you to take cookies.
So they're seeing the same cookies. That's interesting.
Yeah, it all I was gonna say that earlier. Yeah, it all lines up with the cookies you're seeing him eat. Your guys' hallucination is all congruent.
Nice.
Nice. Once they're gone, I'm gonna sort of take the book out of my bag and sort of wave it at him, and he's like, "Your secret is safe with me, but
Oh, it's not a secret. I love that guy. He's got some interesting stuff to say.
yeah, he really does.
He's so
Um,
smart. I bet his IQ is also 6.
You know, I think it might be higher than that.
No, 6 is the highest it
And
can be.
I don't necessarily know if you can get out of this in good working order, and I think you're a really nice person, and you should maybe think about finding your magic in another way. Soft physics. That's so good.
Sorry, Emily. Couldn't
No
hold it together.
worries.
Oh. God damn it. What did you just say? The end part of it was about not getting out of a warlock pack, basically. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, I was just trying to encourage him to maybe actually become a wizard.
He kind of looks at you and says, like, I haven't been trapped into anything. I don't know what you're talking about. This guy's great. Like, once a month I give him some money and he gives me great stuff. It's the best subscription I've ever paid for.
What exactly do you give him?
I give him money.
What kind of money?
Like, gold and stuff. And he kind of like opens up his pockets and you can see gold pieces. Just like standard gold pieces you've seen in the material realm.
Do I think he's telling the truth?
I will roll an insight for you. That was gonna go off the table. Ooh. Yeah. You think he's telling his truth. You don't know if it's the truth, but it's what he believes to be true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say, well, I'm glad that you got a start with getting powers, and I think that's great. And but there's just always there's always other routes of doing things,
Yeah, but they were harder. This was the easiest way. And you know what they say? If it's too easy, it's good. It's good when things are easy. When things are hard, it's bad. No one likes hard things. I should know I'm super smart. They say work smarter, not harder. And this was really easy. So I think it was smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he eats a cookie in one bite and just chews it with a big mouthful in front of you.
Does this feel like a lost cause?
He's a fixer-upper, but there's hope. There's always hope.
Okay.
And we can't give
I'm
up on
gonna-
people.
I'm gonna take my horn out of my bag because it's a little bit embarrassing to play anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it to him and I'm gonna be like, maybe you seem like a charismatic person. Maybe try some music. It might be good for you.
Oh, I love music.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great way to get magic too.
I don't really know how to play the horn, though. I'm more of a harp person. I got a lot of harps down in the basement.
Do you really?
Yes! It's my favorite thing to do.
You
I'm
collect
hoping one day Babel will come and watch me. Oh, I love Babel.
Can I have one of your harps? I
That's a little
desperately
forward.
need one. I know. You
Roll
don't
a
understand.
persuasion. Roll a
Listen.
persuasion, Emily.
I've been stuck with this horn for so long, and like you, I'm not much of a horn person.
He very obviously looks at your face and then looks at the horns on your head and then looks back at your face and then looks on the horns on your head.
I got her 21.
Nice. He says, "Come with me," and he touches a spot on the wall, and this magic door entrance opens and it starts descending down a staircase. Do you follow him down?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You guys walk for a little bit down a dark staircase that just kind of spirals down, except the spiral isn't a uniform radius. It kind of is all over the place a little bit. And eventually you get to this basement room and it's literally filled with harps, like of all sizes. If you want to find a little lyre, there's one in there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is there like is there like are they different colors or are they all the same color?
They're mostly shades of blue.
Interesting. Okay. I will take the darkest lyre I can find.
Nice.
And then I will put my hand on his shoulder and be like, you have helped me more than anyone has helped me in the entire underworld. And I owe you a great debt.
Oh, good. Sign this. And he pulls something out from his robe and just presents something to you. You recognize this as a similar sort of contract that your father makes people sign?
You know, like I just told you, it's not good to sign these sort of things. You shouldn't be signing these sort of things.
I don't know. I read in that book that signing things is really good for you. Like now I get people to sign things all the time.
Look, you know your soul that you really, really like?
Yes, I have it in its own room. It's the biggest
Yeah.
room in the house.
Yeah, you should keep that. So maybe stop signing things without thinking about it first.
It kind of like gives you a blank stare.
You know what I'm saying?
And you grab the darkest lyre you can find, and I imagine you guys head back up to the cookie room or the
Yep.
You don't need to roll the save again. You go back in and do you go find Hati and Samson? Okay.
Yeah. Is the hallway all clear?
Yeah, looking good.
Nice. I'm so glad to have you guys out there watching out. Feel
Yep.
safer already.
Part of the duty. So, do we know how to kill this dragon dude or
Yeah, he
where
apparently
he
doesn't
is?
like fire or acid, which seems very useful.
Cool. I can't help with that, but sure.
Let's go tell Jens.
Exactly. The magical dude.
Yep. All right. So you guys go back into the room the kind of like entranceway that you guys were at. The Wizard King stays behind in his room full of cookies as he's very happy eating cookies right now.
Cyrus, stop scratching Petunia's belly. She doesn't like that. Here, give her little chin scratches.
Please, I think I know how to pet this lovely little pseudo dragon. I think
I
she
mean,
loves
one
my
would
belly
think
pats.
she is very clear about what she likes and doesn't like.
Well, you may think so, but she actually doesn't like those chin scratches. She loves my belly rubs.
What? Look at these little chin scratches. And she closes her eyes.
So cute.
Yeah,
Uh,
when she closes her eyes, that means she's about to breathe fire on you.
you guys all see the rest of the party coming your way.
Oh, hey guys.
How's
You guys
Petunia?
doing it wrong.
You know what? Jens doesn't know how to handle dragons. I was thinking that we could get him one, but obviously
I have
he's not ready for
read
it.
so many tomes about dragons. I know plenty. Petunia is great despite Cyrus's best efforts.
How many dragons have you actually met though, Jens? Because I've met real dragons.
Can't
Uh-huh.
recall.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So, as the leading expert on all things dragon, just because of experience alone, I think that I win this
Hey,
one.
don't rub in my amnesia.
Well, maybe you should get better. You
Cyrus,
should
Working on it.
really
Cyrus,
like we
Cyrus.
should fix your memory somehow.
Thought
I'm gonna
that's
say
what
in
the
like a
goal
low
was.
tone to Cyrus, I'm gonna be like, this is not how you get him to like you.
Wait,
Okay?
Jens doesn't
Okay?
like me?
No, I mean like, never mind.
Not in the way that you want him to.
He doesn't like you in the way you want him to yet, but if you keep like, you know, insulting
Wait,
him, it's not gonna help.
what way do I want him to like me?
You know what, Cyrus? Never mind. But stop insulting him. It's not good. It's
You're
not
right,
helping.
that
It's not
you're
helping.
right, Jens. I'm sorry, that's my bad. We'll figure out your amnesia together.
Thanks, Cyrus.
Not all of your friends like you enough to make cookies for you, Cyrus. Just me.
And I thank you for that, Samson. They were delicious, and I'm a little sad that I'll never be able to try them again, but that's how life goes.
Never say never. You never know how many magic wizard kitchens you'll find in the underworld. That's
Whew.
famous
I mean,
saying.
Of
As
course, yes, I've
goes.
heard that on
you
many
could also just
occasions.
walk into that room. There's a lot more where they came from.
It's true.
Mm. I am a little full right now, but I thank you for the offer.
Orpheus, what did you find out?
Echo is exactly where you would expect. And he doesn't like fire or acid, which I think we could
Ah.
definitely use to our advantage. Apparently there's acid in one direction, so possibly if we had a vessel, we could scoop up a whole bunch of acid, possibly.
I was just thinking of that. I think we tried to scoop up a bunch of acid earlier, and it burned through all of our potential containers.
Well, I think
Didn't someone put a hand in it as well?
Who would be that
mm,
foolish?
I don't remember. I remember we tried scooping it up with a bag of some sort, and then the bag just got disintegrated or something.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure that we'd be able to find any acid.
Do you think the wizard might have like a vessel we could use?
I could probably
In
count on one hand how many of us stuck appendages into the river.
Mm,
It's more than four didn't.
right, yes.
As you guys talk about the wizard, he comes back into the room, not really paying attention to you guys, but he goes over to his desk and he's holding a bunch of papers of stuff, which is odd because you don't really see paper in the underworld very often. The only paper you've really seen is Jens's grimoire and the book as well that Emily saw last session, and the stuff at Babel's place, I guess. So you guys have seen some paper recently, but there wasn't any in some other places. Anyway, he comes in and starts doing a bunch of stuff at the desk. You can't really tell unless you go over there what he's doing, but yeah. He doesn't really like say anything to you guys or care that you're still at his house, apparently.
Well, friends, we've saved 2 heads and killed 0 dragons. It's time we get to business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This
As
Echo seems like
very well said.
Yeah, we've
Mhm.
done 2 out of the 3 items on our list. That's pretty impressive.
And made cookies along the way.
Absolutely.
and learned a
Wizard
lot.
King, two questions for you. The first one, how far away is the Lake of Acid? Second one, do you have any containers which can contain acid without themselves being burned through?
Do you go up to him and ask this? Because he's a little bit away from you guys, and he's turned his back on you. He's sitting at his desk.
Yeah, I'll go talk to him.
When you go up and have your presence stone, he just goes, oh my goodness, I didn't see you there. What do you want? I assume you asked those questions.
Yeah, then I asked those questions.
I remember the second one. The first one was where is or how to get to Echo. The second one was something about
how far to get to the source of acid? Do you have any containers that can keep acid in it?
Source of acid. Oh, that's so far away from here. That would take you a while to walk. That's all the way at Chaos Cove, I believe. Maybe. Or is it Mirage Market? Maybe it's also a Mirage Market. I don't know. I don't leave the mountain very often. And vials that can hold acid? I'm sure I could get you some. And he stands up. He walks away. You wait a few minutes. He comes back. And Jens, please roll a DC 11 save.
Oh no.
Did he choose to fail it?
Just a save?
Yeah, or sorry, con save. Or sorry, whiz save. Fuck.
Oh, I know it's that. Oh, I think I hit it. Wisdom
You don't wanna hit
save.
it.
You don't want to succeed.
Oh, you're right. I don't. I don't. But I get 15.
Okay,
No, I get 11. I get 11. 11.
Okay, so meets beats, and he hands you nothing. He says, "Here's some vials."
Friend,
I
what if we
hold up
just
my
went-
hands. I hold up my hands totally flat like this.
Yeah, yeah.
You've just placed them in my hands there.
Well, you should hold them. They're gonna roll off.
Right. Cyrus,
Yeah, what's up?
can you come grab these for me?
Yeah,
Cyrus,
for
roll
sure.
the
I got
save.
you. Can I choose to fail it?
I suppose, but it's more fun if you don't, and we just see
All
what
right,
happens.
I'll roll. We'll see what happens.
Nat 20.
No, that's a 14 on the die, which makes it a 10.
There you go. Yeah, you see the vials. You see written on them in Sharpie. It says acid proof.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
Glass, if you
I'll
will.
grab all those. Thanks, Jens. We got him. Don't worry.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for that.
Nice. You can add that to your inventory as Wizard King's vials.
Nice. How many did I get?
There's like 6.
Okay.
And they're just like little 30 mil kind of vials. They're not that big.
Okay. Cool.
Wizard
Well,
King,
Yes.
you really don't like Echo, correct?
I've never really met Echo, so I can't say that. Echo's just bad.
Echo is bad. Yes.
It makes me anxious thinking about it. I'm gonna focus on my collaging. It'll make me less stressed. And you see he's got a bunch of pictures that look like old maps and different artistries of histories of different things. Like it looks like he's taking some very important, maybe even rare books and cutting them up to make a collage.
I love him.
Can I do a quick scan for like the which one do I want to look for? I don't know if I want to look for the rarest book in that collection or the least cut up. I think let's just go for the least.
these are pages out of books. Like he brought in a
Oh,
bunch
pages
of
out of
so
books.
it seems like he's already torn them out of a book.
Okay,
It's just not
I want
clear
to
where
look.
they came from.
I
His
want to look
tragic
for
past room.
a uh reasonably kept together pages that look really important.
All right, yeah, roll a perception check for me, please.
It's not one.
Nice. You grab the top one, which was the one you
Great.
could see the clearest.
Great.
Here, I'm gonna roll an importance die, and the higher I get, the more important that page happens to be. Okay. You grab one that talks about a ancient society that once lived in these mountains, but it's picking up part way through the story, and it talks about like the settlements that used to live in this cave. It talks about these settlements of humanoids that kind of took up this as basically their key dwelling and seem to have been quite prosperous in here for many years. It's unclear if they were alive or dead like you. It's also unclear if they were humanoids or skelenoids. But what is clear is they had quite the engineering prowess, seeing as they managed to live in caves for a long time and not die, which is often a risk of living inside of caves.
There's giant
And
fish in
sorry,
because of the giant fish.
Giant fish.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, and then I realized what you said. Yes. But it doesn't have much more than just information about the establishment of this society.
Still very interesting to know that there is a society in here at all. Quickly skimming, somewhat distracted by the piece of paper now. Right, Wizard King. Sorry, I didn't come over here to read, although that's really interesting. Well, they must have had some engineers. Sorry, right. If you can put aside a little bit of your melancholy and your anxiety, and maybe hop around, do some jumping jacks, really get your blood going, and get a more enthusiastic balance of your humors, then you might join us, and all together we may remove Echo from this mountain.
He looks
Little bit
flushed
of
at the idea
anxiety
of
now.
leaving.
You said flushed.
Like flushed, like, you want me to leave the house? I
Oh, like
haven't left
pale,
the house.
pale
Yeah,
or red faced.
Like pale, like gone white kind of thing. Like, yeah.
Oh no, that's the wrong reaction. We need to get a little bit of blood there. Here, let me help you. And I just kind of take his shoulders and I gently slap him a couple times to bring some blood to his cheeks.
He panics, and you see him do a similar sort of motion that he did when he tried to cast fly, but nothing happens because he's out of spell slots.
This poor man.
Yeah,
You're just
Jens,
terrorizing
I don't
him.
know what are you doing, buddy?
Stop
It's
slapping
medical.
him. What are
It's
you doing?
medical.
It's medical to slap someone?
I need to get his
I
blood
mean,
flowing.
he is a doctor.
No. Hold
He's
on.
insufficiently sanguine.
We cannot slap someone who just saved your life, Jens.
I'm trying to help him.
This is not pleasant. I don't like this. I just want a collage.
Yeah, Jens, it's okay. It's okay. Look, Wizard King, I'm sorry about my friend. He got a little overexcited, but his heart's in the right place. We do really want to help you and everyone else here. And if you come with us, I promise I'll protect you.
I'm safe in the cave. I get lots of protection in the cave. I'm not leaving.
I understand that. It's
I'm
okay.
gonna sit here and work on this cool collage. Look, I'm flinging guys across the mountain.
Okay.
That's great. That's great. Good for you.
Good luck with that. It's okay. We'll take care of Echo, and then hopefully you won't be too afraid to leave the cave.
Okay. Emily, you notice in the collage the Wizard King is making before you all leave, that he seems to have set up a cutout of different like dwarves and humans being projected over. You can tell they're just like figures taken out of these drawings, but they're being projected over Echo's Peak using some sort of catapult, and the catapult is cut out of some sort of picture as well. But yeah, take with that information what you will. Everyone else just sees a bunch of random chaos, but that's what you see.
Can I ask him about it?
Sure, but he's gonna tell you the same thing he just said, which is, I'm flinging people over the mountain. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Look at this little doohickey I found. It's a flingy thing.
Is there one of those in real life around here?
I don't know. I just found it in this book.
That's great. That's great. Thank you for helping us. And I'll sort of just like awkwardly walk away.
All right, you guys gonna leave his place?
Does he have like a little side desk? We can commandeer.
What do you mean a side desk?
Don't go stealing people's furniture.
I'm not stealing his furniture. I just want to lay out our battle plan.
There's lots of
Because
floor
you-
space.
Lots of floor space. We've been sitting on the floor for all of our plans for so long. I just want a proper desk to pour over.
Jens,
And
we could probably
feel-
find something at Babel's. Like, it's okay.
We could
We
go
still
to
have to go back
the
through Babel.
could go to the wishing room, ask for a nice desk.
Yeah,
Some
that's
chairs.
a great idea. That's a great idea.
Jens has not had much success with the wishing room. I don't think he truly believes. I think that's the
Cyrus,
issue.
you gotta stop with criticizing Jens, okay?
No, Jens, you just need a little bit more
No,
belief.
that's very
you need
fair. I think in the
trust.
case of the wishing
Faith.
room, that is a feature of why it's difficult to obtain things.
You're thinking about it too hard. You just need to go in with some faith and believe that what you want will be there for you.
You know that it's trying to trick you. It's trickery magic. Your blind faith is allowing you to be manipulated.
You say that, but I've got those acid vials and those cookies were delicious. So belief is a powerful thing and it can have real impacts on your body.
Tell you what, if we go into that wishing room, and I'll let you go in first. I am starting to trust in my fellow dead adventurers, if nothing else. If you call out to me and tell me that there's a table in there, I will believe that there's a table in there.
Okay. I will go in and show you, Wizard King, if that's all right, if we use your wishing room one more time.
I don't care what you do when I'm not sleeping.
Okay, thank you very much. And Cyrus is going to head over and try and enter the wishing room, thinking of a nice desk.
Is everyone joining Cyrus into the wishing room?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still don't get why we can't just go and, like, fight the dragon.
Jens wants a plan. We need a desk for a plan.
Yeah, the plan is to kill the dragon.
No, but we need a better plan. Jens, you know what I'll go get the desk. Jens will come up with the plan, and then we just follow Jens.
I'm really sorry this got so involved. I thought there would just be some extra desk space for us.
One little desk.
It's all
One little
right.
desk, big empty
I'll enter the wishing room thinking of a big desk.
All right.
Like a dining room table desk, essentially.
Nice.
Big.
Everyone roll the save. Wiz
And you said
DC
it's
11.
wisdom?
Wiz DC 11.
I failed.
I
Woo!
failed.
That's a 1, not natural for
Woo!
me.
And Yen succeeds.
I'm
No,
waiting to hear if there's
Jens,
a table
Jens,
in
I've got a
there.
big desk in here. You're gonna love it. Just trust me. It's perfect for whatever it is you wanted to do, battle plans, whatever strategies. It has what you need.
It's actually here this time, Jens.
Jens,
Mhm.
what'd you roll?
I haven't rolled. I was planning on if Cyrus failed, I would fail on purpose, but there's also part of me that just a really small part that still wants to prove Cyrus wrong. So may I inflict disadvantage on myself?
No, just roll with regular advantage.
Just roll straight.
Yeah.
19 on the die. I got a 14.
Oh my God. Every time. It's too skeptical.
I love this because when we start combat, if we start combat, Jens is just gonna start rolling ones all the time. Be like,
100%.
like, where were these when I was trying to fail?
Um,
So, what do you think of the desk?
it's a beautiful, beautiful desk. Very, very well imagined.
I knew you'd like it.
Insight
Hey.
check.
On Jens.
Yeah.
Jens, roll a deception.
There's a 1.
There you
Do
go,
I get to
Orpheus.
actually roll?
Yeah, you roll it.
3.
Just
Haha.
Nice, that's better. Sweet. Okay, yeah, Jens is full of shit.
Nice. I'm not
But it
gonna
was
say
pretty hard.
anything.
It was pretty hard to figure out.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. It's been a very
Okay,
long
yeah.
day.
So you wanted to do like a battle plan thing on the map here?
Yeah. Do you want
Table?
to draw it out for us while we talk it through?
I mean, yeah, but what am I drawing?
Maybe a rough area, just a small circle to show the summit of the mountain.
Okay, sure. Um, is there anything that I can write with in this room? I was just
Yeah,
thinking about desks.
you imagine like a full-on like drafting situation.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, so I'll grab a big sheet of paper and then grab a pen or something or a whatever ink
There's
pen.
so many different writing utensils to pick from.
I'm gonna pick the big feather pens that I'm used to
Yes,
writing with.
of course.
Dip it in the ink pot and just start drawing out a map of the surrounding area, like trying to going based off of memory, like where like the mountainside and the bridge, and then where I think the peak was of Echo's Peak, and just drawing it all out as best as I can.
Yeah, okay. It looks okay.
Okay. Good
That
enough.
looks great. Looks great.
Yeah.
Can anybody remember some of the features leading up to the peak? Anything that might give us some concealment?
You know, Jens,
Knows the bridge.
I think Cyrus drew all of those on the map. Can't you just check them out there?
Oh, my
They're right there.
mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake. Yes. So obviously we'll use those.
Well, actually, like I didn't really draw any of that because there wasn't really anything that I remembered. It was just sort of barren, unless someone wants to correct me. Okay.
I don't remember.
Do we remember?
Oh, sorry. I was just not interrupting while you guys were talking, but yeah, Cyrus is correct. There wasn't much cover on the hills of the ridge. And as far as the mountain, you guys were never really going up it, and you're not really sure how much cover there is on the way up to the peak of the mountain. Because you pretty much crossed the bridge and then walked along laterally on the ridge until you found this cave entrance, and then you went in there. And you've been inside the mountain ever since. So as far as coverage on the way up to the peak, not sure. What Cyrus said about the other side in the hill where you guys saw the flesh rocks is pretty barren and wide open. There was those protruding flesh rocks that you can maybe hide between, but then you have to touch them. And that's
Gross.
yeah, exactly.
Fleshy flesh rocks.
Sometimes you just gotta touch a flesh rock.
You know, it's better if you don't, though. I think we can all agree on that.
So
So yeah,
if we
see right here, like this is where the cave was, and then over here there's the peak, and I'm not really sure what's in between, but if we can assume that it's the same as the rest of what we've seen so far, then it's probably going to be pretty empty. So that's why I didn't really draw anything in there.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
see
can
that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Mhm. How can we make a plan if we don't know
Well,
where exactly
Well, if
we're
we go up to the
going?
peak, and that's where Echo is, then or if we
We
can
find
lure
it.
Echo to the peak, then yeah, I don't really know. Jens, did you have a plan for like how we were going to take down this monster, or how we were going to get it to us?
I just have some rough ideas. As far as getting it to us, it's called Echo's Peak. Echo has got to circle back there at some point.
Echo
Out
was
of
sort of chasing us or coming towards us anyways when we were on the bridge, so it seems interested at least in people. So maybe it
well,
would
here
be
I'm
interested in
gonna
us.
throw out some ideas. We can uh go where Echo can see us and jump up and down and
Cyrus is
hope for
going
the
to take
best.
notes as Jens is speaking of these ideas.
Fall assuming at least one of us survives the encounter with Echo, that person can go and retrieve uh Babel's eye.
Cyrus will have started writing this and then scratched out. No one's dying. I don't know what you're talking about. Next.
Right, getting Babel's eye once Echo is defeated. Option 2 is we try to retrieve the eye without fighting Echo.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Potentially difficult because, well, as far as we can tell, it's open and barren.
Is there a way through the mountain? Like in the inside? Like could we get to the top of the mountain from the inside? Because that would probably be
Wandering through a maze of caves? Question mark.
Looking
I
on the
mean-
map page that Jens has, it looks like there's quite an extensive network of tunnels. However, the map you had was too small to encompass the entire mountain. But there was that bit of information you gleaned from the collage paper about the society that lived in here. So whatever network exists is probably pretty vast, and it's likely that some cave tunnel could go to the peak or near to the peak.
okay. That might be a bit safer
Yeah.
for hiding from a giant bat snake thing.
But
Dragon.
we want to be found by the giant bat snake thing.
Do
And
we?
well, eventually. And we don't want to encounter whatever happens to be in here, the cave with us. Maybe not, because I imagine not everything in here is going to be friendly. But not everything out there is going to be friendly either. So
I mean, so far we've had pretty good track record with things that we've encountered that are not friendly. Just saying.
we've survived
That's
so
true.
far.
I suppose if we were to take the stealth approach and get to the peak, we would still run the risk of encountering Echo at the peak. So maybe the best course of action is to force an encounter, not necessarily a fight, to Cyrus's point. Maybe Echo just needs some cookies.
They were good cookies.
Uh,
Or if we were
regard-
doing stealth, could we sneak up and steal the eye back?
Do we know that the eye is on Echo, or what did Babel exactly say?
That's a good question. Maybe it's just
I
at the peak.
believe that Babel said the eye was at Babel's peak, but I could be
Echo's
wrong.
peak.
Echo's peak. Thank you.
Oh, maybe it was Babel's peak until Echo stole it.
So let's just go. Easy. Plan complete.
If we do go through the center of the mountain and we end up getting attacked on the peak, we might have an escape route back into the mountain where Echo can't follow us. Whereas if we go on the exposed side, we might not necessarily know how to retreat if we have to.
Fair enough.
Guys,
We might also just get lost in the cave.
I have a great idea. I'm gonna
Yes.
go out of the room, and then I'm gonna come back in while thinking of a map of the entire cave system.
Smart. Roll the save. Genius, Hati. I love it.
Nat 20.
No.
Hachi, it is a blank room. Your friend, or not blank room, but it's a regular room. Your friends are standing around nothing. And it's at this moment looking around that with the lull and everyone looking at Hati, you guys hear a door slam from across the room, and you guys see the Wizard King holding a bunch of stuff, and he says, "Oh, I just needed more supplies." And he goes out the other room. But
Hey,
yeah, continue
what
with
happened
your
to the table?
Well, what are you talking
What the
about?
hell
It's
happened?
it's right here.
No, it's empty.
We'll leave and come back in again then.
Damn it. Thought that would work. Okay, I leave and then come back in.
Are you thinking of the table, or are you thinking of the map?
I'm thinking that I'm disappointed that that plan didn't work because I
Okay,
didn't know
okay,
how the
okay.
magic worked.
But not
Okay.
trying it again.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I could be. I'm like, oh, that map would have been so useful. That would have such been an easy solution. So I guess I am thinking of the map, and it's a nat one.
Hey.
So Hati's emotions are a little all over the place. He's a little bit frustrated that his plan didn't work, a little bit sad and disappointed with himself, but he is thinking about the map. But now you see the big table that was there before, and there's a big map on it, and it just says Road to Disappointing Hati's Parents. And it shows just a timeline of your life.
No.
You know
Who
when you
could
just have
be
like that,
disappointed of him?
but he's disappointed in himself, so that's getting projected outward.
Okay, at least the table is back. It's like, oh, I started reading, and I'm just like reading it. I'm like,
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
what I drew?
no, this is hurtful. Like,
What? It's the
Was
mountain.
Hati not like an orphan or something?
He
Am
was.
I remembering that incorrectly? No, that's correct. Yeah.
No, he
That's
was an
not-
orphan, yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I'm like, I'm having going like, what? I was
No.
destined for such great things, and what have I accomplished? Nothing.
Well,
Hati, you have
we're-
accomplished so many things. You're one of the bravest, most valiant people I have ever met in my life.
But I'm dead.
In my
And
death.
I have not helped
What a
anyone.
death.
You have helped us to a degree that cannot be overstated.
Just,
I believe carried is a colloquial term.
Yeah, okay, I lied. I wasn't I didn't purposely throw that fight. I was doing my very best, Hati. We all would have died again without you on
What?
that bridge.
No.
No,
Just
it's
reading
true.
all these things. I mean, you guys clearly are discussing all these if you've written these down.
Well, yeah, like
Sorry,
see,
written what
like
down?
you like this list that I've made that I've written right here?
Oh,
Yeah, the
Hati,
list of
Hati.
all the things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hati.
all the things.
This room works by showing you what's in your brain. So
Okay.
that's why
Okay,
Samson
okay,
made
okay, 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 okay.
cookies and
Okay. Okay, that is fine. That's fine. Okay, I go back out without saying anything, and then I'm gonna try one more time.
Yeah,
Aw.
okay, go for it.
I fail.
Nice. You see the map you want to see.
Hey, and then I finally was like, okay, there it is. This is what I was looking for. It worked. And then I tell them that I know where to go. I have the map right here of the cave system all the way to the peak.
So you're gonna like I don't see what you're seeing. I'm seeing the map that I drew. But you're saying that you're gonna take us through this maze of tunnels, and every decision as to where left or right or straight through is going to be correct.
Yeah, because I always know where to go.
Okay, so business
It's
as
true.
usual. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Great.
As
It's that
Cyrus
easy.
says, or as Hati says, it's that easy. You guys hear the Wizard King bumble his way back into the room. His arms are empty this time. He just looks at you, and you guys are all staring at him because of how he awkwardly entered. Just says, "I need to get more supplies." And he scoots back over to the other side of the room, opens up a door, and goes on over.
Is he eavesdropping on us?
You don't know.
Can I insight
Insight
check him?
check.
He's the Wizard
you're-
King. He ain't dropping no eaves.
Emily, I rolled it behind the screen, and you're pretty sure he's just really into his collaging and is constantly underestimating how much stuff he's gonna need.
That's so understandable, honestly.
Very
He's launching
relatable.
too many people in his catapult.
We've all been there.
Fair enough.
All right. So
Okay, so
All right.
you're gonna lead us through the mountain. So I'm just gonna cross out things, put a big X in the mountain because we're going through the mountain, and scrunch up this beautiful map that I made because we don't need it anymore.
Hati, roll an intelligence save unless you're gonna spend a prolonged amount of time looking at this map.
I will, I guess, roll. I actually, before I was gonna ask, oh, what are you feeling? I mean, it's been a long day.
What do you mean?
We
I
could
could
take
do with a quick little meditation.
taking a rest
Yeah.
before we go through this network is probably a good idea.
Yeah, that is good.
Taking a long rest?
Think- Yeah. That would be
So
ideal.
just now, obviously, we don't want to impose on the Wizard King too much. So everyone's okay with just being out in like the front hall, right? Yes, good.
This room is kind of nice.
We could imagine bunk beds in here.
With
I've
the
never
Wizard
been
King
on a
coming
bunk
in and
bed.
out a lot, like I think he's gonna need this room a little bit more than us.
As you say that, the Wizard King comes back up with his arms full, and he just says, "Oh, it's fine. You can stay in here. I
Are
like
you
sleeping
sure?
in here too sometimes."
Okay.
And he goes
Well,
back
we'll
out the
think
other
of some
door.
really nice beds, and we'll keep the noise down. We won't mess with your stuff, I promise.
Oh, thank goodness. And he leaves.
Well, we got permission, guys. So everyone think of soft beds.
Yep.
I'm picturing
and
bunk
I
beds.
I will continue thinking about the map as well, just because I know that I have to remember it. I want to make sure I don't disappoint my party.
I'm just gonna ask you guys something. Will you guys re-enter the room until you're successful in imagining bunk beds? Because next time we'll just say you guys auto-failed the save, so we don't have to roll the dice a bunch. You gotta save those loaded 20s for later.
Cyrus isn't gonna think of bunk beds. He can think of whatever he wants. He's gonna think of like the bed he used to have back at home, filled with down feathers and king size bed and all that sort of stuff. Like
The room
he's gonna
is not
sleep
that
in
big.
luxury.
Like
You
if
could
you're
use-
imagining a king size bed, there's no room for other people's imaginative beds. It's kind of rude to imagine a bed that big.
It's a
Like
good
you have to
thing
think of
that
the
when-
imagination space.
No. That's not how imagination works. They can have their bunk beds over there, and my bed can be superimposed on their bed. They
This
can.
is like the holodeck, right? It looks big because of the perspective, so
Yeah, so
the save, we could just all bonk each other in the head so that we have concussions and we get disadvantage on the save. I think that's probably our best
take 2 points of exhaustion. Or no, 3 points because you need to be disadvantaged on saves.
Or
Yeah,
we
no,
just
for
don't hurt
simplicity.
each other.
We'll just say you guys imagine the things, go in there, you take your long rest, because I think everyone's been healed up at this point, so you guys just need to recover your spell slots.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to
Our
assume that the
temporary.
stuff we imagine in this room only affects the person who's failed the save, right? So like if we tried to conjure up anything here that we could use in like a combat down the road, then the thing we're fighting would have to fail the save, or like other similar scenarios of shenanigans.
Whatever things you guys grab from this room, just put like Wish Room next to it, or Wizard King. So like Connor, if you want to put like Wish Room next to the vials instead of Wizard King, is probably better in case you guys grab something else from his place. But
Okay.
yeah, you could assume based on how we've been running this mechanic that if you take something out of the room that you've imagined successfully or unsuccessfully rather in there, then someone else has to equally fail to
Mhm.
observe your reality.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it will extend as far away from this as humanly possible. Like there may or may not be a point where if you walk
A
too far
range?
away, the
Yeah.
items might go away. You don't
Right.
know. You haven't tested that. I might just be saying that to mess with you guys. So maybe it does have an infinite range. You don't know. But you do know a little bit about how the illusions work with perception of other people. So yeah.
Dragon slaying weapons, anyone?
I imagine a echo killer.
Yeah, a one-shot echo killer, whatever
A
that might look
flamethrower.
like.
Yeah.
A flame and acid
Yeah.
gun.
It's like one of those super soakers that has the dual swirls spinning around. It's got a flame spinning out of it and acid spinning out of it.
Absolutely.
That is such a sick idea. I love it.
I'm leaving it there on the table for you guys to imagine. So
Nice.
And if we think it, we can go into the room and it'll be there.
That is true.
all right. So
But first, a good night's sleep, everyone.
Yes.
you guys imagine some beds. You take your long rests of just kind of hanging around because you don't actually sleep because of the dead nature. And the Wizard King is just constantly in and out of this room all night. And every time he's just like, sorry, I'll just be a second. And he just goes across the room and he just comes back with papers and he's just collaging all the time you guys are long resting.
Good for him.
I also want to specify how small his desk is that he's doing this at. Like, I think everyone in this call has been in the games room. You guys see that little black desk that I have over there? It's like that width, but half the depth. It's a very small desk.
Oh my God.
It's collaging on it.
That's
Yeah,
like
he's-
Washington. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a
So,
guy.
so you guys long rest with multiple interruptions, like probably at least 20 interruptions. And yeah, you guys finish your long rest, you recover your spell slots, and the fighters and paladin recover their fighting vigor.
Things.
I don't know if you guys have short long rest recovery abilities.
Some, yeah. Just
Oh, you
my paladin stuff.
yeah, you have your paladin stuff, but the fighters I think are okay, right? You guys don't have things that
I have the superiority die.
you have the superiority die, that's right.
Yeah.
And I have my inspirations as well.
Yes. Well, yeah, but you're
So,
a caster, Emily. You had lots of fancy stuff anyway.
Question.
Yes.
The temporary.
Spare.
Do we keep the temporary hit points that we got?
I'm gonna say yes, even though technically temporary hit points would go away at the end of a long rest, but these aren't really hit points. And you guys don't really long rest, so
We could make our own rules.
we can make our own rules. And it would kind of be lame if you got that and never got to use it. So you hold on to that until it goes away. Or until you actually take a proper long rest with a soul.
Yeah.
Whichever comes first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I guess now we're ready. And
Yeah, you took some time, you know what's on the map. Have you planned out our route?
oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you roll the int save for me there, Hati?
I did not. I thought we are gonna be during the. I guess it was a long rest.
You guys
I
went
caught
to
you.
imagine the beds instead. So you left the room, the map's gone, and now you're with beds, right? You don't have both anymore.
You didn't take the map with you,
No,
Hati?
that's how I did want to. I did want to say that I was gonna be like I was still imagining that the map was with me, and then like I was still like
Okay.
comfortable, but
Okay.
reading the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still give me the save.
Save, which is gonna be a 7.
You spend
But-
most of the long rest staring at this map. Like there's a
Okay.
lot of detail. It's a lot to absorb for you, so you're just like really chunking through it, making sure you're remembering everything. And when you are trying to recall stuff, I may or may not get you to roll a save.
That's fair.
But
There's
it's
also
okay,
the
'cause you're gonna
potentiality
bring the
that this
with
map
you.
is. Sorry?
It's okay because you're going to bring the map with you, right, Hati?
Yeah. Actually, that's actually true. I will bring the map with me.
That's fair. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, total
I gotta-
experience right now. Not even a little bit sarcasm.
Then no rolls required. All right, so what do you guys do? You finish your long rest. You have a
I got
nap.
a question for the GM. Uh, since Jens would normally have trance time instead of full long rest time, I'd kind of have 4 hours where I would need to do light activity, but could still get up to something. When we come back in imagining the beds, can I attempt to imagine like a magic tinkering kit so I can try to make a ring of protection for somebody?
Magic tinkering kit, so you can try to make a ring of protection.
Or I mean, I'm fluffing it, but I could also just imagine the ring of protection being there.
I was gonna say, one, I don't know if you can craft magical items. And two, are you proficient in any tools that you can craft
Hey,
magical items?
I am proficient in any tool sets after a trance.
But is there a tool set to
and
craft magical items? And I think the answer is no.
You're the DM. You decide.
Pretty sure the answer is no.
We're also in a magic wishing room. If there's not,
You can
is
just
here.
ask for the ring of protection. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Roll the save.
I have a feeling that there'll be the consequences of all these
Fucking
wish.
passed it.
That's okay. You keep trying until you get it. So it just takes you a while.
Okay.
And eventually there's a ring in the room and you're like, well, this has got to be it. So you grab it.
I grab it.
It's got some stuff written in Elvish on it. Says one ring.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't say anything else. Just says one ring.
It just says one ring. One.
Just says
bracket
one
one.
ring.
Just wondering.
There's another one labeled 2.
Yeah.
Yo, Cyrus.
What's up?
Oh, sorry. That's not how Jens will speak. Ahoy, Cyrus.
Greetings.
I did a thing. I walked back and forth a couple times. As long as you keep faith, this ring will help protect you. And I flick the ring over to you.
Catch it. Oh.
And I pretend
Thanks.
to go back into meditation trance.
Cyrus rolled a save exactly once.
That's in that 20.
Oh my
there's
god.
there's nothing there.
I'm just gonna
Extra
pretend
not
to
real.
like try and catch the nothing and thanks.
I know this mechanic's ridiculous, but I'm loving it so much.
Cyrus is gonna try and like assuming that he actually caught it, which he probably didn't, but he's gonna try and put it on. Like just like thinking that he has something in his hand and just try and put it on his finger.
The ring is on the floor, Jens.
Oh, how the tables have tabled.
Mm.
And there are no tables this time to table.
There's-
Slowly pick it up, trying to not make it obvious.
It is not
Cyrus
obvious.
doesn't notice because he doesn't see the ring.
Any other shenaniganry?
Can I try imagining some fancy paints in a paintbrush?
Yes. After the long rest, anyone can try as many times as they want to imagine things, and then they'll probably get the thing eventually because you guys are bound to fail it pretty quickly.
Nice.
It's probably a maximum of like 6 times you'd have to enter the room before you fail this.
Fair enough.
Cool. I'm gonna get imagine a glaive then.
Nice.
Anyone-
Anything you imagine, please don't put it in like weapons or armor. Just put it in your inventory and write down that it came from the wishing room.
If Cyrus gets out of earshot, I will try to give the ring to Orpheus and say, this hopefully will work at least a little bit to protect you with some illusion magic. If it doesn't, I can make you just a regular plain ring. I don't think I can do a magical one though.
Do I see it?
Roll the save.
I got a natural 20.
Never roll this good. Like never.
You know, Jens, I really appreciate the work you probably put into this. But there's in fact nothing there.
Yep, yep.
I really don't know why sometimes I can see it and sometimes I can't. But I'm so
I really
sorry.
think the problem is me. There's just lack of faith. What can I say? And just huck the ring over my shoulder.
I don't think it's you. I think it's probably Cyrus.
In a lot of cases, yes. I don't know about this one.
I think it's safe to assume. And to clarify, I don't actually believe that. I'm just trying to make Jens feel better.
Okay, so we have a dragon to kill.
Is everyone ready? Shall we head out and make our way through the caves?
Yeah, I got a nice new glaive. I feel like this is going to be very helpful.
Great. Let's go, team. Bridal party away.
Just going with our invisible objects. Just like a bunch of idiots.
Just so the DM's aware, what did everyone imagine? Like, Hati, you imagined a glaive. Orpheus, you imagined a painting kit. Samson, did you imagine anything you're taking out of the room?
I've just been like sitting in the corners, like shoveling imaginary cookies into my mouth this entire time.
That's so valid, honestly.
Gain
Eat while
one
you
more of
can.
those temporary hit points that I mentioned earlier, like the weird ones that just avoid the damage. Just one more.
You know, you are what you eat. And sometimes being a cookie ain't the worst thing.
So
So
just
wise.
just to clarify the mechanics on how that's going to work for the people who have the temporary hit points, think of it like you can take 7 now before you die. Well, you have that, but then the next time you recover, all the way back to full, they go away. So like say the first thing you get hit with is piercing. Now you've used your temporary hit point to avoid the piercing. If you continue to get hit with piercing, it still doesn't stack because you've already taken piercing, but this just gave you an extra point to take. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Until
so
it's healed.
you've
Until
got
it's
like
healed, yeah.
you can take 2 with no consequences, basically.
Yeah, you can, and then Hati and Cyrus can only
Yeah.
take 1 with no consequence. Yeah.
Alright.
And then you after you are hit with it, I'm gonna say like on the next long rest that you heal, you do need to remove it. You can't just carry it around and then just like permanently be immune to piercing, because that would be game breaking.
That's
Yeah.
fair, I guess.
So you guys leave the wishing room, you go
Yes.
past the Zen room, you go into the foyer, and
We
you
pick up
see Sorry?
Vero from the Zen room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think he was
There
with
are-
you guys in the foyer at the start of the session, but yeah, he was probably chilling in the Zen room the whole time. Was like, I don't need a bed. I'm a simple
Probably.
folk. Yeah, probably just saw you guys like doing all this planning. I was like, I'm just gonna meditate by the river.
Good for him.
It'll be
Yeah.
what it'll be.
It'll be what it'll be. Exactly. Speaking of what it'll be, you walk into the foyer and see what is currently, and that is there is an array of collages laid out across the floor, making it difficult to walk without stepping on them, but not impossible. And the Wizard King is still hard at work at his little desk over there making collages. Yeah, there's probably about like 15-ish or so, and they're not like done on a poster paper or anything like that. It's more that he's kind of stuck pages together to make the base and then stuck images on top of those pages. Sometimes they're cut out, sometimes it's just the image that's on the base page.
Does it tell a story? Do the collages come together at all?
Roll an
Or
insight check with
All right.
intelligence.
All right. Take out the die that gave me the nat 20 and we'll see what it gives me this time.
Nat 20,
help?
it only rolls nat 20s.
That's gonna be an 11.
You think it does? You can see the one he was first working on, the one where he was flinging people over Echo's Peak. And then he has a very different toned collage next to that, which seems to be Echo, him or herself. I can't remember what I used for pronouns, but they're themselves. And it seems like there are guys on Echo, and it's got a very somber sort of tone, like where it seems like everyone's happy, having a good time flying onto Echo. It seems like being on Echo is not a good time, but there appears to be people riding Echo. And the scale makes absolutely no sense as well. It's a collage. It's like you guys have seen how big Echo is, and these people look like they're about the same size as Echo, so it's not to scale. You do see in a further collage there appears to be these heroes wandering on some sort of linear path. And then there appears to be another collage further down. There's like them wandering for a while. It's kind of like if you were in a comic book and you just saw like multiple panels of them walking just to emphasize how long the walk is. And then eventually they get to something where there's these almost like crystalline antlers sort of looking thing. And it's or crystalline bush, however you want to see it. It's like something that starts at a base and then fractures upward. So it kind of looks like antlers, but also could look like a fractal pattern, but it's not got any sort of repeating nature to it. And there appears to be one stabbing a sword in between these two crystalline tree things, antlers, whatever you want to call them. And that's what Cyrus sees and kind of pieces together as a story. And everyone else looking kind of sees a similar thing. If anyone wants to do their own insight intelligence base, they can. And there may or may not be more information from the DM.
There will not be.
Pictures are pretty.
Yeah, there will not be.
Yeah, and the Wizard King is hard at work. And do you guys want to just egress from his dwelling?
Yeah, I'll just say a nice farewell. Thank you very much for letting us stay at your place, and thank you for saving my friends' lives once again. And good luck with your collages.
He kind of like lifts up a hand and waves without saying anything. Hard at work.
I give him a huge hug.
Okay. He gets startled and casts fly. Oh my goodness! Ah!
I'm sorry. I should have asked first. But you're just great. I'm just so happy to have met you. I hope we meet again.
He comes back down and he says, "Oh, well, that's very nice of you to say. You know where I am if you ever need to find me. If you see Babel, tell them I said hi." He kind of like blushes a little bit and goes back to his
Oh,
You.
absolutely we will.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys leave the cave.
I give Petunia some
Mhm.
parting chin scritches.
Yeah,
I told you she doesn't like that.
It's her favorite.
Petunia looks pretty satisfied with the chin scratch.
Yes.
She also looks satisfied with the belly rub, so you never really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but which
She's a
was
very good
she more
temperament.
satisfied with?
You gotta know.
Contested animal handling check. Let's go. Right
I
now.
was just
I
waiting
was
for
born
that.
for this.
So
Wisdom
funny.
based.
Oh God. I'm doing this. Let's do it.
So wholesome.
Can I do a three-way contested? I'm gonna pat her on the head.
I got a nat
Uh,
one.
Go for it.
Hey, I got a manufactured one. 6 on the die makes one.
On a belly rub, a nat one is dangerous.
Swap, what'd you get?
Let's see. Okay.
You can't do any
Oh
work.
god, nat
Actually,
20.
Patting the
You
top
got-
of the head.
Honestly, that tracks.
you guys thought you knew how Petunia liked to be pet. The belly rub seemed to be doing it earlier. The chin scratches seemed to be doing it earlier. Very easy to please, familiar pseudo dragon. And then Hati comes over with the head pats, and you've never seen a pseudo dragon look more at peace in this world than you have when you watch Hati pat their head.
That's good.
Clearly a pseudo
told
dragon
you.
whisperer of sorts.
I told
Wow.
you. The head pat's the way.
I think Jens makes eye contact with Cyrus, doesn't say anything, and then leaves.
Yep. Cyrus falls right behind. Cyrus is gonna like
Uh,
lean forward and whisper against. We never talk about this again.
Never, never.
Okay, then there is only one question left to be asked, and that is Hati, which way?
Follow the map.
Okay. Just to be clear, are you going back to Babels or are you trying to find the peak? Or some third
Find
option that
peak.
I don't know of. Okay. Okay. So you guys egress from the wizard's house / cave system. There's no door because you guys broke it. So
Whoops.
you leave, you go up for a ways, and Hati, the first thing you notice is that your map is saying that there is a fork here when there clearly isn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll like try and turn the map around and see if there's any way.
Can't really find a way to make it make sense. You think that maybe this is a map you imagined, not the map of the cave system.
That makes
Everyone's like,
sense. It's
Like,
really
wow,
hoping
this
though.
almost makes sense.
So close. I'm like, I could probably find a way.
you don't
I
have to
think
tell your friends this.
We can't see the map.
Wait, oh
I'm
no.
gonna. It's like, oh yeah, it's on the right.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the right.
Great.
Cool.
So I'm gonna be, yeah, just doing like a 50-50 as long like I know the general direction, if it's uphill, we're going to the top. So I'm gonna just use my instincts.
Roll me a intelligence-based survival check, please.
Okay. 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Yeah.
4.
So remember how when we started, it might even be before we started the actual recording of the session, but I did say to you guys, yeah, I definitely think I can get you guys to a satisfying point in these next 3 sessions. Starting to question that.
We're gonna spend the next 3 sessions lost in a cave.
Jens, it's been a few hours now. And you remember because you had a real map that took you from the wizards to Babels. You don't recognize any of the places you guys currently are. And your passive intelligence is high enough to know you have not gone up as much as you've gone down. It's hard to know these things in a cave because your orientation isn't given any advantage from any sort of horizon or things in the distance that you can see getting further away. But you're pretty sure you either have stayed at the level you were at or you've gone down slightly. But there's no way you're going up. Like, it was quite a ways down from Babels to get to the wizard's house. And you guys haven't gone really anywhere near to that level of elevation.
Hey, Hati,
Yes.
does your map have any indication of relative elevation?
Not quite. I thought I imagined it right. I thought I knew the way. And I believe it is this. Trust me, it's just we're right around the corner.
Right around the corner from what?
Part of the map which seems more familiar, I feel like I'm just trying to find the starting point in this map.
Wait, we haven't even started? We've been walking for hours.
And mostly down,
Yeah.
or maybe a little down, flat or slightly down.
You know, I think if we just find an area that's like going up. I just need to find the right turn. That's all it is.
So you've been trying to find the right turn for a couple hours.
Like if you look at the map this way, like when we left right here, It told me that there was
I
two
can't see
ways.
it. I can't see it. I don't know what you're pointing at.
Okay. We may
Hati,
be a bit lost.
on a scale of perfectly accurate to not at all, how would you rank this map's association with where we are?
Solid 0.
So you've been going off of intuition this entire time, not an actual map?
Yes. It's worked so far, so,
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
of course.
you have done an amazing job up
We
until
have
this one
definitely
task.
set that expectation.
Yep. I think I had to find a way
You know
for the
what?
team.
Maybe this is the universe's way of telling us that the way is actually out through Babel's cave and on top of the mountain.
You know, that would be
That's
very convenient if that was the way that you wanted to go anyway, wouldn't it?
that's exactly. You know what? That's what it was. That's what I was waiting for. I think you're right about that. So I think we
Okay,
should go to.
then why don't you lead the way back the way we came, and
Yes.
then Jens can lead us with his map that we can all see back to Babel's cave.
Let's do that.
Only a minor caveat to that. I don't think Babel wants to see us until we get the eye back.
Well, then we avoid him.
But I mean, we go past Babel's cave outside. Yes.
Yeah, like we don't need to talk to him. It's fine, but we'll like
Yes.
it's okay.
Mhm.
I don't think he'll hurt us. Like he's a nice guy. We'll let him know that we had a little detour and now we're gonna go get his eye back.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
So you guys were all following Hati up until this point. Blind trust in the
Yep.
man, the legend of direction.
Yep.
Yep.
The true North Star in this starless abyss you guys have found yourselves in.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So none of you were actively tracking where you were in the cave or paying attention to anything that could resemble a landmark. So Hati, I'm going to ask you and you alone to roll another survival check to retrace your steps.
I will inspire Hati this time.
And I'm going to start leaving a trail of ball bearings behind us.
Inspired by Hati.
Okay. So first one is a solid 9.
Nice. Okay. So you can add the Bardic Inspiration die to that.
Oh, right. Okay, it's not with advantage, it's about it.
No, it's Bardic Inspiration, not inspiration. So I think it's just a D6.
Yeah.
Yes,
just a
so
D6.
it's a solid 10 then.
Cool. How
better.
proud are you as a person? Like, would you admit when you fucked up, or would you just lead the way?
No, at this point I would have fully admitted I fucked up. I'm just like, oh, didn't work this time.
You walk back a little ways. You take a couple turns, and you realize you have no idea where you came from. You have no idea how you got here, and you have a little bit more of an idea about where you were, but it's not clear. It's you. This is lost in a cave system. You guys currently find yourself in a opening, so it's not as tight as some of the tunnels you guys have been going through. And there's about 6 different directions that you could leave from here. That's the ones you observe using your passive perception. The cave ceiling is about 8 feet tall, not super high, but taller than all of you. And, there's 6 paths. And, there's also 6 of you.
That's what I was thinking.
Hockey's immediate thoughts like, guys, I think the best way forward. I mean, there's 6 things of it, 6 paths of it here. I think we may just...
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm with Jens on this one.
Well, if we're not up for that, I have some unfortunate news. I don't know the way back.
Well,
I
Well,
do get the sense that there is some higher power that wants us all to go separate directions, but I don't trust any higher powers here or anywhere, really.
Cyrus is going to pray for guidance on this and hope that one of the paths will speak to him.
Does
Not
anyone join
literally, but
Cyrus in
like,
prayer?
I will join Cyrus in prayer.
Nice. True follower.
may the sun god Solara, may she grant us light in this dark cave, and may she show us the light of, well, the outside at least. There's no sun, but fresh air where the sun may shine, but never does.
While Cyrus is giving his prayer, which will now be done for the remainder in his head, I want to know what the three of you that aren't praying are doing. So, starting with Samson, there's there's things to look at in here if you want to like explore around. Same goes to Orpheus and Jens, but Samson, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I suppose I'll do a little bit of exploring, kind of see what's what.
Yeah. Hot or not Hati, Orpheus and Jens, would you like to join Samson in the exploration?
my feet are tired, so I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start practicing with the new lyre that I have.
Nice. Samson, you can go ahead and roll an investigation check. And Jens, would you like to also investigate?
Yeah, I think I'll investigate as well.
Roll your own independent check.
15.
15,
Cool
nice.
7.
Nice. I'm assuming you guys divide and conquer and search different areas of the cave, so I'll tell you what you find separately. So you kind of split off. Samson, you find etched on the side next to one of these tunnel entrances some writing in a language you don't know or speak, but it's clearly something that's been chiseled into the cave wall. With a 15, you're pretty sure that whatever language it is, this can't be more than a sentence. Maybe it's just a phrase. Maybe it's a labeling of direction. Seeing this and then going around to a few others, you find the same sort of style on the other two caves that you look at. Jens, your searching around doesn't turn up much. You find a really interesting sort of striping pattern on the stalagmites, and you're thinking that maybe this is some encrypted code on how to defeat Echo. You're really overthinking it, and you're noticing it on several of them, and you're thinking, if I can just decipher this code.
I take notes on all the striations.
Nice.
I'm gonna
So I
push
can
my
read it
hand up
later.
against the markings and go, this appears to be chiseled. I can tell because it takes one to know one.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I'd
Was
say
it you
gain
found something
inspiration,
over there?
but you have that.
I'm always inspired. Do I have any idea what language it could be, or I just know that I can't read it?
Samson speaks common
And primordial.
and primordial. Yes.
Can I do a history check to see if I recall anything?
Do a history check to see how familiar you are with the language. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I like that.
Oi. 5. I'm proficient in history, so it's 5. Oh no, I'm not proficient in history. I thought I was. It's 5 minus 1.
So primordial, the scripting is actually very similar to Dwarvish, and you know this as someone who reads primordial and who's studied it. And this is nothing like Dwarvish. You're with your history check, you don't even recall seeing a language this is similar to. But you've made an announcement about it, and Jens, would you go over and check out this writing?
Oh,
or,
absolutely.
For
sure.
Jens,
It
you
might be a clue for the stalagmite striations.
You immediately clock the script as being in Elvish scripting,
Oh.
but it's not Elvish, it's Sylvan.
Am I
Gotcha.
made aware of this as well?
You're praying with me.
You're praying,
Don't,
buddy.
Yeah,
don't
you're
get
praying.
distracted.
We
We're
don't
praying.
interrupt you. But that's okay. I would like to cast Comprehend Language as a ritual.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and do that for 10 minutes.
Perfect.
This is a really long prayer, by the way, Hati. I hope you're in it for the long haul, because we need proper guidance so that together we can get ourselves out of this mess.
I just joined in prayer because I was too embarrassed to actually talk to anyone else.
Aw.
No, it's all right. It's all right. We will. I'll also say a little prayer to absolve you of any guilt that you may be feeling, and it'll all be okay.
I feel a little bit better.
The light cleanses the soul.
So Jens, you're casting away.
Mhm.
And eventually, after the ritual has faded, the script starts to mush into something you can understand, and the words change before your eyes, and you see the word Trog's Palace written.
Trog's Palace, eh?
6 kilometers up. Or whatever unit of metric we're going to go with in this fantasy RPG. Miles, I don't know.
Leagues.
6 league. It is 6 leagues.
10,000 steps.
Units of distance.
6 big units of distance.
6 big units of distance. You said there were 2 bits of writing?
Samson found labels next to the 3 caves he inspected. No one checked the other caves.
Oh.
Yes.
So we've
But
only read one so far.
all of the labels are the same thing?
No, you've only checked this one. Would you like to walk over and check more?
Absolutely.
You walk to the
Oh,
left.
sorry. First I say to Samson, this says Trog's Palace, 6 kilometers up.
And I'm just going to say, and just in case you didn't hear me earlier, I identified that it's chiseled because it takes one to know one.
That's very good. That's very good. You should repeat that to Cyrus later. That'd be a good lesson in joke telling for him. Masterfully done.
Perfect suggestion.
Jens, would you go right or
Absolutely
left?
great.
Jens, would you go right or left to the next cave?
Right.
Yeah.
So clockwise.
And that one says the Peats. And then in parentheses, it says of despair. And someone took the time to put like 10 A's.
The beats. Ah.
You continue moseying right?
Sorry, hang on. You said 10 A's?
Yeah, something like that. Jens counts. It seems like it's 11, actually. But at first glance, it's really hard to tell. It's like a bunch.
Great. Got it. Thank you. Also, I think nobody caught my absolutely great pun except for Samson. I just wanted to throw that out there again for posterity.
Very funny. Muscles.
Yeah, that one shredded.
It was a pretty strong joke, I think.
They seem like they're your forte.
Nice. A little bit of French humor.
You know.
Give you some latitude to try it in different languages.
We're really elevating the conversation, you know, like lifting it.
If I'm not laughing, it's because I'm frantically writing out labels to caves right now.
Keep them going. Come on.
Oh yeah, Jens, if you continue
This wasn't all planned.
yes. I was telling Swamp on the ride over, like, yeah, I spent hours planning out exactly what was gonna happen in the wizard's lair, and then where you were gonna go, and the fact that Hati was gonna get lost.
Of course.
And then you'd land
exactly.
in this hexagonal room. Anyway, the next one.
Is it hexagonal? Because then we
No,
would
it's
have
just
come
got 6
through.
entrances.
But we came through one of the doors, so we only care about 5, or is it 7-sided?
No, it's 6, but yes, you did come through one of the doors.
And
Ah.
presumably, well, I guess maybe not presumably, because we may not have actually
guys-
come through this room before.
That's true.
But we might have come from one of the rooms and then returned through another room, through another door, tunnel, hallway.
Only Hati knows.
No one knows. Don't even try that, Hati. No one knows.
Okay, so I finished writing up the
After the
labels.
prayer, Hati regained his confidence.
That's
For
fair.
him, honestly.
So you continue clockwise, and you see another plaque that says Peter Munchin.
Peter Munchin?
I trust him.
EIN.
EIN. Okay, got it.
And Peter spelt with a YR, just like your favorite Peter. And then moving on to the next one, you see a label that says Sage of Speech.
Next one.
The tunnels, and then in a different handwriting, you see under it saying, which are not labeled well. And then there's like 10 exclamation points.
I think I know where we should go, guys.
Oh yeah.
And then the last one you find.
Hang on. That are
Okay.
not labeled
Well.
well.
And then the last one you see says Babel's Peak.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
It
Cyrus
was the
was
right way all
right.
along.
Which one did we come through?
Tunnels, I presume.
You kind of gotten turned around a little bit in this room, but you're pretty sure you either came from Peter Munchin or Sage of Speech, but it was on that side.
That makes sense. Is the prayer-a-thon complete?
Cyrus?
Yes, we have concluded. The light has been shown to us. Joe, has anything actually happened before I continue?
You feel something inside you.
Hmm.
That's about it.
The light has been shown to us. Hachi, I'm sure you feel it as well.
Do I feel it?
We have felt the presence, and we know that our salvation is close at hand.
You
Unfortunately,
feel sorry. I was just gonna say you feel something when Cyrus says you feel it, Hati. Like you're just like, yes, I do feel it.
I knew it.
our salvation is at hand. We will get out of these caves. Unfortunately, it didn't tell us which way to go, but it said that whatever way we choose, we will make it out.
Cyrus, as you stand up from your prayer position, you notice you are sitting over top of some sort of plaque of writing.
Oh, hold on. The answer was beneath me the whole time. What does it say? I can't read this. What's going on?
Can't. It's in the same script. Hati, you see it and recognize it as Sylvan, which you can just innately read.
Yes.
And it says, on it in very small font. Secret Armory. Shh. And you guys all see that there's a little picture of a stickman going like,
I'm like gonna.
Good thing it's labeled.
I've
Yeah,
been
good
sitting
thing
on
it's
this
labeled.
secret the entire time.
Exactly. This is where we need it to be, guys. This is a secret armory. Where are the
Wow.
weapons?
That's exciting. Well, where's the arms? If this
Would
is
you
an
guys like to-
armory, there should be arms, right?
I don't know where the arms are, but there's a pair of guns right over here, and I point to Samson.
What's a gun?
everyone,
Hey.
everyone do an active perception check, please.
Do.
Intelligence
Intelligence
based.
based? Okay.
That's good.
Oh, that's
constructed one.
good. 18.
8.
10.
22.
Nice. Nice.
Dang.
Everyone's looking around this room looking for some kind of armory or arms of some sort. And you guys are seeing nothing, but Hati and Jens look up and see that there's a hole in the ceiling.
Hmm.
Pretty much under where the plaque is.
Okay.
You mean above where the plaque is?
Yes. Yes. The plaque is pretty much under
Okay.
where the hole is. Yes.
Ah.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Thank you.
So,
Okay,
first of all, we're bad adventurers for not noticing that sooner.
Noticing.
Hey,
Oh.
we were praying.
Don't look up.
Potentially very hazardous. Second of all,
How did we climb through
You want a
secret
boost?
armory?
You want a boost? I got you.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just like shoe lift up.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Andy's gone into
He's
the...
in.
He's in
And
the
he-
secret armory.
He'll have to let us know how it goes.
100% bet Pippin stepped on the power button.
She was
Hmm.
being so cute.
And
Like
then a
batting
chaos
up the
gremlin.
pen.
Uh,
So cute.
Did you want to go too, Hati? I can give you a boost too.
Yeah, yeah.
hey, wait,
I'll go as well.
wait.
Sorry, I didn't realize we're pausing. Is this a
Oh,
We're
pause?
I was gonna
let's
just
see
turn off
what
my
Riley just
laptop.
Yeah. Well, yeah, once you enter the secret armor, you have to go into the side conversation, and the DM's going to tell you that you encounter Echo just
We called it.
vibing.
Echo's
Yeah.
just sitting up there
Yeah.
Yeah.
listening to us talk.
Like, yes.
These guys are idiots.
Yes.
I like to think about what you guys are gonna do and just like kind of have like different possibilities. What could they do? What could they do? What could they do?
Was going through the
didn't-
caves even a possibility for you?
It was, but I thought you would go back to Babel.
I thought
And
so too.
Map.
Gotta push
You
on.
guys-
Gotta push forward.
yeah, but we're doing it. This is fun. I didn't think of
Yeah.
this, but this is fun.
You see, that's what I wanted to do at the start of the session before Jens wanted to start planning things, and then of course I like making up ideas.
You got all swept up in the concept of going places,
Oh yeah.
making decisions on where to turn.
Oh, you
It's
know
a
that.
dangerous game. You roll the dice
It's
one
a
too
fun
many
game.
times, and eventually your luck runs out.
There's the
Just
boy.
not
Keep
when you're
doing
trying
it,
to
and then
imagine
you-
cookies.
Cookies are always a good answer.
Yeah.
And then we'll just get Riley to change his name back to Jens.
And we'll unpause the
We'll
game.
unpause. And
Was there a Binkus cat?
There was a cat.
There was a cat.
That's the first time she's done that in a while. I've gotten better at catching her.
It's so cute.
so I believe before Riley cut out, Cyrus, you were offering a boost up.
Boost. Shoe on hands. Lift
Yeah.
up. Grab whole rim. Nope.
Nope.
You make it
That-
too easy.
That's in there now. That's on this. That's just the thing you said. Jens, roll an athletics check for me, please. As you try and pull your body weight up into this hole. By the rim of the hole.
Mm.
That's not gonna be great. Is it a help action from Cyrus or just part of the DC?
I'm
Cyrus
pushing
is
as
just
best I
getting you
can.
to the spot where you can actually do this.
All right, we got a 13.
Okay, yeah, you struggle a little bit. You're a little bit weak in the upper body, but you do manage to pull yourself up, and because of the nature of this hole, it's very jagged, and it's actually pretty easy to hold yourself up once you get past the lip and get yourself up there and get your feet under you, and then it's just kind of a matter of like bracing yourself against the side.
Awesome.
Yep. Would you like to
What do I
scuttle your way
see?
further into the hole?
I would like to scuttle my way in further into the hole, and look around.
The hole goes up for a little bit, so you'd have to probably get just out of earshot of the
Ah.
party to fully explore the depths of this
Oh,
hole.
it's like a tunnel hole.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
I'm
not like
gonna
just a hole to another room kind of thing.
I'm gonna
Right.
throw my prestidigitation light out behind me where the party can just see it, because I think we had discussed the color system.
I think Cyrus
Yes.
learned in the three caves that colors mean positives and negatives.
Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the range on prestidigitation? Is it 60 feet?
Ooh, great question. Might be shorter than that.
If it's like 10 feet, then you're kind of effed.
Yeah, that's true. It is 10 feet, so never mind.
I think I'll actually come up with you because I think I always wanted to explore. And it's
Yeah,
still
I was
tall
gonna
enough.
offer a boost to the next person, and Hati,
Mhm.
if you wanted to follow along, I will gladly boost you
Yeah.
up there as well.
I will definitely go up there. Another athletics check for me.
Yes, please.
It's a 7.
Hati hasn't gripped on. Cyrus, you're still completely supporting him here.
All right, I'll lift harder. I'll try and like almost throw him up a little bit,
Yeah.
like do a little squat and then like lift.
I won't get you to roll again, Hati, but it just takes a while
Okay.
to get you to get a grip. It's not a matter of if you can do it at all. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take.
Fair.
Yeah, it's all the armor. It's weighing you down, making it more difficult.
Stronger than this.
But yeah, you get up there eventually, and you do manage to kind of scuttle your way up to the hole.
Okay. Wow. It's a lot higher than I expected. Shall we keep going?
It's okay, I'll catch you if you fall. And I'm gonna position myself under the hole.
Is it just the two of you that are going to go explore for a little bit?
Anyone
I think
else want to
so.
go? I can lift more. Might be a little dangerous if someone falls though.
If it starts to look like it's gonna be like too much further, then I think we might go back. But if we're just a little out of earshot of the party, we'll risk it.
Sounds like a
You-
good B plot.
Oh, sorry, Samson.
I just said sounds like a good little B plot.
So you guys scuttle your way up this deep tunnel, and you go a little ways. You can still it's fairly dark, so you kind of lose sight of the party at a certain point. Would you continue to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like,
You're-
I'm just talking to Jens, and I'm like, I presume this goes up to Trog's palace, which would have an armory.
I thought Trog's Palace was one of the regular doors. I thought this would be their armory.
Well, okay. It said that it was 6 kilometers up, so if we just keep going up,
I guess that's true.
eventually.
Probably a more convenient way to get there, though.
Well, let's see.
We'll
We
see.
could go a
Inch by
bit further.
inch. Just kind of This is the fastest
Well,
way.
it's 6.
It's straight up.
Yeah. Well, it's 6 kilometers by walking, so that means that it could be like a long winding path, but it could be a lot
It's
shorter
true.
if it goes
Yeah, this
straight
could be a
up.
shortcut.
Or it's like logging roads where they just show you a sign of elevation and not distance.
That's a lot of elevation.
That's true.
There's a lot of elevation.
My question is how they managed to get that elevation calculated.
They were very savvy engineers who lived in this tunnel. Speaking of
Just had sonar.
savvy, Jens, you are noting that this is going straight up. It's not like bipping and bopping. You think that if you dropped something once you finally got to the top of this hole, it would go down all the way.
Excellent. That's useful to know in case we need to drop ourselves.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
things that in the armory.
Yes.
With you waiting to catch us.
Standing under the hole like
A sword drops.
Put some slashing damage between friends.
You guys are definitely well without of earshot of the party. Would you keep going?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys,
committed.
so the party that's not there, you guys are hanging out for about an hour as they go on this journey. I'm going to cut back to what you guys find in a sec, but I want to tell the people that are down there what happens to them because it's not nothing. You guys are hanging out in one spot for an hour.
Cyrus is going to give
About-
up waiting for people to fall. He's just going to assume that they made it far enough and just like sit off to the side and wait.
Would you guys just like wait for them to come back? You guys wouldn't go chasing after them? If it's been like 10 minutes and
I mean, I'm a little worried. Like I thought they were going to be there and back.
sorry,
But-
Samson?
You'd think we'd be a little bit concerned, yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
I
guys
mean,
just-
I'm a little concerned, but
Okay. So you guys are waiting. You wait about 10 minutes. You wait 10 minutes more. And while you're having these concerns, you're not sure if you should do anything. You see out from the Trog's Palace tunnel emerge a little guy. This little guy is somewhat gnomish looking as a humanoid and looks very, very pale, like reminds you of your friend Hati in a way. And it sees you and then kind of goes wide-eyed and scurries back down the cave that they
oh
came
wait,
from.
wait, we don't mean any harm.
Gone. You gotta chase after him if you want to talk to him.
Should we chase after him?
I feel
looked
like
like he
that's more
needed help.
threatening.
Maybe. What if I played a jaunty tune?
Ooh, you think he'd come back if you played a wonderful tune? And I don't know what kind of music. What kind of music do you play?
What genre is jaunty?
What if I just play a relaxing song and you guys do some really nice harmonious singing along with it?
I took some singing lessons. I could probably do that.
All right.
I am
all
the
right, let's do
master
it.
of interpretive dance.
There we go. All right, let's go.
All right, we're gonna try to entice the Snurf Neblin.
The alleged Snurf Lemblin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a performance check. The DC will be lowered if people choose to actually perform.
14.
14?
I need to prepare things. I have a liar in real life.
Should always be prepared.
That's a
Wait,
19.
I've got inspiration, so can I use that for this?
Yeah, if you want to do a roll for your dancing, so yeah, for your performance, if it's low, if you want to use that you
I've
can
been
definitely
saving
do
it
that
for
to
something
reroll.
important, yeah.
This is very important, Samson.
There's a little guy in danger.
We got a 15, we got or
Better.
14, we got a 19, and what'd you get, Samson?
10.
Nice. It's okay. He's not within line of sight of you right now. So Samson's dancing is not his key feature, but he's not bad at dancing. It's pretty good actually.
Warming up.
Yeah,
You've
it's
seen
totally
worse
fine.
dancing. This is slightly above average, you would say.
You
Just
should
slightly
teach me
above
that
average.
dance sometime, Samson.
I'm doing like a lot of like Tai Chi type, like
Mm. It flows beautifully.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like tailoring the music to Samson's dancing.
Right. Instead of him dancing to the beat, you're beating to his dance.
Not how I would have phrased it. But yeah.
Isn't
said
that
it,
just
it's
the
on there
inverse of
now.
that phrase? Yeah, it's I have no regrets.
Well, maybe you should.
Speaking of no regrets, as you guys are doing this performance, which is killing it, by the way, nothing happens.
What?
Well,
Little guy?
He's not lured by our siren song.
you're pretty sure that he might have ran pretty fast, and it took you guys a second to get established and organize the singing and the lyre playing.
Right.
But you think if you chased after him, well, dancing and singing and playing, that it could work.
Guys, if we try and follow this guy, we're gonna get lost in the caves. I feel like that's not a good idea.
But shouldn't we
I
be
start
striving to help?
dancing in his direction.
Just
Like,
dancing at him.
come, friends. We've got a little guy to catch.
I'm gonna this is so cute. I'm gonna say, Cyrus, I know that we're all very hard on you, but without you, this performance cannot succeed. We need you.
You know what? You're right. I'll go. I know that you need my beautiful singing voice.
All right, we're all dancing down the hallway.
It's the
And
worst
with-
decision the party has made.
With that,
Probably.
Vero says something to the effect of, I don't know if this is something I would do. Our friends are trusting us that we're going to stay here. It would be
We'll be
quite
back soon."
unwise of us just to go off on whatever whims may come our way. And then he sits down as you guys go away. I don't want to speak for Clay, but I think that's about what Vero would say.
That sounds
That
like
was a
pretty good
that-
battle.
yeah, that was pretty
I'm
good.
convinced. Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, so you
going.
guys go down the cave.
I mean, I'm
And-
already halfway down the cave.
Yeah,
Like,
just aggressively dancing. Like,
come, friends. I cannot continue the dance if the music does not come with me.
Oh boy. Yeah, so we're chasing after this little guy
in style.
in style with
And you guys
beautiful
go-
song.
You guys go for a little while. And eventually you catch up to this little guy. And
Are there any like forks in the road or anything as we're going?
it's a straight tunnel. It's actually it doesn't seem as natural forming as the other tunnels you've been down. It seems a little bit more manufactured. And in some spots you even see metal shelves. I don't know if there's probably a technical medieval term for it, but basically where you'd put a torch to light the way.
Hmm.
A
I don't know if
sconce.
anyone a sconce. There it
Yeah.
is. There's the word. Yeah, you see some sconces along the way. Sconce eye, or is sconce the plural of sconce?
Sconces.
You see some scoonces.
Scoons.
You see some little scoons and some big scoons.
Gunter. Why did you scoons my first?
What?
No, Emily, we're gonna get copyright now.
Oh god.
Sorry.
You go a little way and you eventually catch up to the little Snurf Neblin, and it's a little bit calmed by Samson's rhythmic dancing and your guys' performance and Cyrus singing presumably about himself.
Of course, it's going to be about the religion of Zoral.
Yeah, I imagine it's just like those cheesy Christian rock songs, like Jesus is a friend of mine, but like Cyrus is a friend of mine.
I mean,
Zoral is the way.
absolutely. I don't have any lyrics on hand, but it like there are probably some historical Zoral songs that that have been passed down through the ages that Cyrus would have tweaked a little bit to fit himself a little bit better.
I think it's like a polka version of the Gregorian chant.
I would picture it more like the Christian Rock Hard episode of South Park.
Oh yeah, faith plus one.
Yeah. I want to hold you, Cyrus.
But Cyrus is singing it. So
Yeah.
it's like
About himself in third person.
You know, it's fine.
Uh, and let's see. The little guy sits and watches your performance and waits for it to finish.
And the lyrics are going to be all about how we mean you no harm, and it's going to transition from being about religion into being friends and all getting along and showing
Uh,
kindness, because that's one of the key pillars of the tenets of Zoral.
The Snurfneblin smiles and then she starts gleefully applauding you guys.
I give it a very
Thank you.
intense bow. You are too kind. You are too kind.
Well, that was a very good performance.
You're welcome. We wanted to show you that we mean you no harm, and I hope that message came across.
Oh, well, I saw you in the cave, so I assumed you were gonna hurt me. Especially because you were at that junction. Nothing good happens at that junction.
Oh, really? Why do bad things happen at that junction?
It's a 7-way intersection between people who don't like each other.
Oh my goodness. That
And
sounds really
Peter.
bad. Oh,
Peter's just a guy.
She kind of like shakes her head.
well, we actually got lost in the caves a little bit, so we were just taking a rest and trying to figure out where we were going to go next.
Where are you trying to go?
Well, originally we were trying to go up to the peak of the mountain, but we got a little lost, so we were just trying to retrace our steps to go just get outside, really.
Oh, outside's a dangerous place. I wouldn't recommend going outside, but if you must, the fastest way is probably through the other tunnel to the left of this one. You guys
Oh,
can't handle that?
It's
No,
amazing. I
no,
love
please
it.
continue.
I didn't think I'd break you guys with a voice today, but okay.
No,
Banger.
that's perfect. So if we go back into the center of that main room, then it's the one on the left. Is that from, like, if we enter back in, then it's on the left, or if we're standing in the middle, then it's the one on the left?
It's the one labeled Babel's Peak. That's
Oh,
gonna
they're
take you to
labeled.
the top. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Can you not read?
Um, not always.
Oh. Well,
Yeah. Who are you, by the way? We were wondering if you needed some help. You looked. Do you live here?
yes, I live here. We all live here.
All of you. There's more?
Who?
Yes.
Okay.
We're
How many
the
of you are there?
Oh, it's too many to count.
Like 12 or like
I can count to
200?
12.
Sorry,
Like thousands.
oh wow, okay.
Jeez,
You've
fun
got
guy.
I didn't know anyone that really lived in here.
Thousands of people live in here. We all live at Trog's palace.
Oh, is Trog your ruler?
No, we're Trogs. This is
Oh,
our
you're
palace.
Trogs. I see.
Yes.
My apologies. You call yourself Trogs. I understand.
She squints at you.
My name is Cyrus Zoral of the House of Zoral. I come from a family of Zorals.
Okay.
You come from a family of Trogs.
She looks at Samson and Orpheus and just say,
I'm
is he
still
always like this?
I'm still dancing, and I just go, usually it's customary that the audience would provide a tip at this point.
Here's a tip. Don't scare people in strange caves.
We'll
That
try to be
is-
less scary.
That's good advice.
But also, and then she grabs a gold piece and flicks it at Samson.
I do like a little. I
Yeah.
wrap up the dance in a bow.
Nice. Only Samson getting the gold piece. Yeah.
Well,
So
you live at the Palace of Trog's Palace. Tell me about the other people who you don't seem to get along with.
Well, there's the Sage of Speech. We don't like him. Then
Why
there's
Is that
not?
Babel?
yes, Babel. Babel
What?
banished us to the bottom of the mountain. So now we
Huh.
all live in the darkness. And we can't leave the cave.
Oh, I'm sorry to
What are
hear
your
that.
thoughts on Echo?
Echo's also bad because he killed hundreds of thousands of us.
Any tips on how we might deal with Echo?
She kind of looks you up and down. And kind of like,
You
He's
sizing
very,
up?
very strong. Extremely strong, in fact.
do you mean you want to fight Echo?
We might be considering it.
Did you see the bones in the Valley of Death?
Ah,
Yes.
what's death to the soulless?
Well, ask the people in the pit. Because it gets worse. A lot worse.
We might have a few tricks up our sleeve, and maybe with your help, you could give us a few extra tips that might just push us over the edge.
I don't want to fight.
Oh, of course not, but you
But you
want
could
us to
help
beat
us
Echo.
figure out
Help.
how to defeat Echo.
Oh,
Do you know of any weaknesses that Echo might have, or potentially
Any stories of experiences of the Trog people with Echo?
has anyone ever come close?
look, I know I'm small, but I've been around a long time. And let me tell you one thing. One thing is, Echo is an ancient being. Do you know what that means? She looks directly at Cyrus, kind of like, say,
It
like,
means that
do you
Echo's old.
understand? That's
I
very,
understand some language. Yes.
very old. Been
Okay.
around long time. So long that some random smuck singing about himself is not gonna fucking kill him.
But
Do
it's
you
okay
see
to
that
have
fucker?
friends.
He's so goddamn big.
What
He's like
about
a mile long.
Snooks?
He would sit on you and you would die. And she looks over at Samson and says, maybe not you. And she looks over at Orpheus and says, most definitely you as well.
That's a little rude, actually.
I would die too. It's not that offensive.
I
We've
respect
already
that.
accomplished much here in the underworld. I mean, we found a rock and turned out to be somebody's ear. It seemed pretty important.
We
Do
also
you
found
hear yourself
crystals
when
that
you
were
talk?
someone's eyes. We've been on a grand quest helping the sages.
We're doing a whole saving the sages thing, getting our souls back.
You
The
want to
odds
save the
are probably
sages?
in our favor.
She slowly
What?
like backs away from you. Like she has at a comfortable, like more of a friendly distance. And now she's backed away to a stranger danger distance.
Hang on a second. We're relatively new here. Why don't you like the sages?
Well, for instance, the Sage of Speech banished us to stay in this mountain forever. That wasn't cool. So we don't like the sages, specifically the Sage of Speech. I don't know if you can tell, but the Sage of Speech fucked with my speech.
Did Babel give you your speech impediment?
Sorry, Samson.
Is Babel responsible for your speech impediment, my child?
I think Babel's responsible for more than that. Mostly for banishing us to this cave. But this is kind of a secondary thing. It's kind of like a hat on a hat.
Hmm.
I'm really sorry that you had to experience that. That must have been really tough.
Speech impediment on a little guy. I don't think it's too much. No, not a hat on a hat.
Well, agree, disagree.
Well, we happened to talk with Babel, so maybe we can convince Babel to let you go and to give you back your speech. Would that be all right with you?
Roll a persuasion check.
Can I assist?
Give the help action, yeah. So you guys all assist, so Cyrus gets help action.
Cool.
I'm like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about.
I got a natural 1 and a natural 20.
So you didn't try
So
up after all.
so it was persuasion, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a 24.
Yeah, that's good enough. Just barely passes. Just barely passes their AC.
Meets it, beats it.
Beats and beats. So you're trying to say that you could convince Babel to unbanish and give this person not a speech impediment as they claimed.
Yeah, just free them from their imprisonment and help them out.
Yeah. Well, you seem to be pretty sure of yourself, so. And without finishing that sentence, she walks up to Cyrus and starts climbing upon Cyrus. Cyrus, would you stop this? You have a
No,
little like 2 foot tall thing climbing up to be on your shoulders.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like offering help up.
Okay, yeah, you give help up, and then the little guy who I don't think ever gave her name, but we'll insert a name in a moment here. It climbs up and says, "Okay, you can add me to your party, I guess. And please add one little Snurfneblin to your party."
Oh my god.
Would that be under
Nice.
equipment or
Yeah, it can go in your equipment.
all right?
We don't have an NBC tracker kind of thing on your character sheet, so yeah. I think Randy's also still with you guys at this point. I think he just hung out with Barrow though. He probably said something to the effect of, "Samson's dancing was always better than mine, brother. I would only hurt this effort. I will stay here with the stoic one." Yeah, so you guys have that now, and then cut back to the people climbing up this tunnel. So you guys are climbing, and eventually you get to a room. And in this room, you see schematics
For a catapult.
for a catapult.
Hey.
There is also, it's all written in Sylvan. Luckily, you brought Hati. I mean, you also have comprehend language, so you guys could both read this at the same time. Jens will just be 10 minutes slower to like get started. But
I thought it lasts for like 2 hours or something. Oh no, it's
It lasts for an hour.
lasts for an hour.
Ah,
So
okay.
cast it, then you guys climbed up. It took about an hour to get up here. So it's like probably like Jens sees it. He's like, "Oh, it's schematics for a catapult," and then it becomes gibberish.
Yeah, it is.
That's what it is. But I thought it was.
What's a
I can't
what's a
read it anymore.
catapult?
give me a second here, and I'll recast it.
Yeah.
I'll
And then
look around.
Hati. Yeah. Well, you're looking
Appropriately
around.
assist.
You realize that there is a map first and foremost to get from this room to a room just below the peak of the mountain, and then in that room appears to be supplies for building a catapult, and in this room it shows the plans and the blueprint design for the catapult. It does say something to the effect of, "Bring the instructions with you from here and then destroy them upon building the catapult," or yeah, destroy them upon building the catapult, and make sure you light the fuse so that the catapult is blown up. We don't want our enemies using our equipment.
Nice. I'm still like
Ned-
trying to figure out.
Sorry,
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh
No,
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 I was
keep
like, I'm
going.
still trying to figure out what a catapult is, and I'm like, okay, I see. So that's how that works. Is this what this guy was talking about when he was talking about throwing people over the mountain?
Oh, someone was talking about that. I didn't pay that much attention to the clauses, but maybe.
Eh.
What do you guys do with
Helpful
this
to us.
information?
Take it?
Do we need a catapult?
Do we not need a catapult?
It's not.
Might we at some point want a catapult?
I mean, like, probably the map is more useful, but like, we could build a catapult. Why not? We have time, right?
Probably not. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not magical. So I'm like, how much use could it be, really?
You know, speaking as someone who uses the mechanical secrets of the universe to enact what you might call magic, I will say that this is amazing. Sorry, I thought I had a better end to that sentence. Just because it's not
Either way,
magical doesn't mean it's not absolutely amazing. Take
you know,
ships,
you're right.
for example. Most of them not magical. Incredibly fascinating. Very cool.
So what you're saying is everything has a bit of magic in it, even if it's not actually magical.
Sure. I mean,
Okay,
yes.
then let's build this. Yeah, we should definitely then build this. I mean, come on.
We should definitely build this. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
when we build it and we fling big things and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love
exactly. So we have to, but like, how are we gonna get the guys down there, up here?
it. Don't we bring the schematics with us so we can build it?
That's true.
Are there parts here as well, or just the schematics?
No, it's just the schematics, a pile of instructions. It seems to be repeated. Like people, the idea seems to be that you take the instructions from this room,
yes.
you go
Yeah.
to the place where the building supplies is, and you build it, destroy the instructions, and then light a bomb or some sort of explosive to destroy the catapult after it's been used. So that their enemies can't use it against them. You also see in one of the schematics
I
a
love
picture
the
of
implication that means there's bombs.
You also
Exactly.
see a little schematic of a guy that looks not dissimilar to the Wizard King appearing to do some sort of magical effect on the people before they get into the catapult.
I look at that. I look at Hati. Like that. Hey, Hati,
Yeah.
you ever want to fly?
Yeah. What? You could do that?
Well, this thing will make you fly, and my magic can make it so that you don't die when you hit the ground.
Oh, we're definitely making this. Okay.
We're
Okay.
definitely gonna make
Oh,
this.
okay. So yeah, we're gonna
Uh,
take the map. I think the map will also be useful, so we should probably take that as well.
Definitely useful. Yeah, definitely take that. Okay, so we get a map, and why don't we take 2 copies of the schematics?
Yeah.
And
There we go.
then we'll do a very thorough search for anything else that's in here.
Things you immediately notice in the room. It seems like this room hasn't been visited in quite some time due to the dust and things that have settled. The way the paper feels makes you think it's pretty old. Again, it's kind of weird. You're seeing paper a lot in this region, but you haven't really seen it anywhere else. Something that you guys may or may not take note of. The other thing you notice from this room is there is a singular exit that, aside from the hole you guys came up through. And that seems to go in the direction that you need to follow on one of the map papers that you're given to go to the catapult supplies to build the whole thing. And you also notice, because you've learned to look up, that there appears to be some sort of mechanical crank and a chain ladder
that we can drop down to everyone else.
you can drop down to everyone else.
Beautiful. I think we promptly do that. And can I find a scrap piece of paper anywhere in here?
There's no scrap. All the paper's been purposed, but you could take some purposed paper and use it as scrap paper.
Yeah, I'll take like a little bit of like some lesser important piece of paper.
The only pieces of paper are the repeats of the instructions, but there's lots of them. So there's like maybe 20 or 30 copies of the instructions.
I think it'll be okay.
And they're like booklets. They're like 10 or 15 pages of instructions. So you could just take one page out of the instructions. Like, who's gonna know
I'll take
this?
1 page out of 1, memorize it as best I can, and then I'll write in like this is like more effort than it's worth. Let's just drop the ladder and down and see if they come up.
None of that happens. None of that happens. And you drop the ladder, you go back down. And you go
No, we
back
don't go
down.
down. Oh, I'm waiting for
No,
everyone
no,
to come
no.
up.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
You drop the ladder and you wait.
Mhm.
So we'll pick it up there next time.
No.
Okay. I'm joking. So going back to the other party members, you guys have acquired this little Snurf Neblin. I don't know. I come up with poor names on the fly. So who wants to name the Snurf Neblin? Yes, Riley.
Lucy.
Aw.
Oh.
Pippin.
I was gonna say Pippin, but
I'm gonna go.
No, I can come up with something better than that. I feel like I should play on Svirf Neblin.
Snoodle McLebin.
That's it.
actually really good.
Noodle McNubbin.
Noodle.
Noodle McLubbin.
That is a beautiful name.
I have like 6 others too.
What are they?
Pippin, Lucy.
Can you please list them all?
You're
and the
not
story that goes
there.
along?
You're not there. You're not there. You can't ask these questions. You're turning a crank right now.
Joe doesn't want to answer these questions.
Oh no, I'm happy to answer them, but Jens can't ask
Mm.
them.
Cyrus
So
would cry.
So you guys go back to the room you were in, or what do you
Yeah.
do? Because you did leave like 4 party members there, or
Yeah, we're gonna
3
go back
plus an
to the-
NPC. Okay.
We're gonna go back to the room and and wait.
Cool. So you go back to the room, you see Vero, who's looking non-judgmental, but judgmental at the same time.
It's okay, we got a
And-
friend, Vero.
And yeah, I'll leave it there because I want Clay to be able to RP this as well. So what happens is you guys come back into the room. As you arrive back with your newfound NPC, a ladder slowly starts to descend from the hole.
All right.
Nice.
We have good timing.